is Good Morning Indiana, working for you.
Time right now is 4:27 here on your Friday morning. We want to thank you for starting your day with us here in Good Morning Indiana. I'm Lauren Casey.
And I'm Meredith Barrick. We want to begin with coverage of the coronavirus and how it is now impacting not only the NCAA tournament, the Big Ten men's tournament, but local schools.
Yeah, we know several schools made the call, a lot of them just yesterday, on whether to have class or not. We know there's that 20-day waiver that Governor Holcomb issued to schools so that they don't have to be penalized for those not hitting the 180-day requirement in the state. So several schools are closing, including Marion County schools, and we know that that can impact the free reduced lunches. So schools like IPS are still offering those packaged lunches for anyone who's under the age of 18, and so you can just go out to their parking lot at several of the locations and pick up the meals. And we know several other area schools, big corporations, are closing within the next few days or so. So we're going to have the full list on that and also where you can get those free meals.
And we know because of all of this, many of you have a lot of questions. Now what happens now that all these students won't be in school for roughly a month? Many events and things are being shut down. What are we supposed to do now over the next few weeks to keep ourselves safe? We are going to have Dr. Cole Beeler and Dr. Virginia Kane here with us in studio this morning answering those questions for you. So make sure you reach out to us on social media today before 6 a.m. with your questions so we can get those answered for you from professionals, from people who have been watching this so very closely.
I think a lot of it is people need to know what the symptoms are, what to do if you're experiencing symptoms or if you're around someone who is testing positive or thinks they may test positive. So there are a number of steps you can take to better protect not only yourself, but also all the people around you, your coworkers, your family members, people just out and about in the community. So we'll have all of those details for you, again, from medical professionals here in the Hoosier State. We do want to take a turn right now to our forecast and bring in our own Alyssa Donovan. Yesterday, Alyssa, we did have some rain showers in there, but when it was not raining, it was really warm and nice out.
Yeah, so it was warm yesterday. It's not going to feel as warm today. So it feels pretty warm this morning, actually, but we're going to see some cold air moving in throughout the day. Temperatures are only going to climb into the upper 40s and low 50s. Yesterday, we were in the low 60s, so our highs are dropping about 10 degrees today, and we are going to see a breezy northwesterly wind, so that's going to make it feel a little bit chillier. But these temperatures are actually a lot closer to average than we have been with those warm daytime highs. As we head into the weekend, we do have some changes on the way, some cooler air for tomorrow, and also a rain-snow mix in the forecast. So all of those details coming up.
All right, thank you, Alyssa.
Well, coming up in Don't Waste Your Money, we're talking about different industries that are impacted by the coronavirus, and that includes things that come from China, which is a lot of stuff, including those all-important bridal gowns and bridesmaid dresses, how that industry is being impacted, and what you can do if you find yourself in this situation. That's coming up right here on Good Morning Indiana.
This is Good Morning Indiana, working for you.
Now at 4:30, nearly a dozen school districts are closed this morning after city officials issue new precautions against the coronavirus. The change is now in effect and how parents say they're managing the weeks-long closures.
Big events in Indianapolis this weekend also impacted by the COVID-19 measures. What drastic steps local organizations and major sports leagues are taking to prevent the spread.
And President Trump and Congress are working to finalize an agreement to help Americans during this pandemic. The plans that could give relief to you and your family. It is 4:30 here on your Friday morning. Thanks for joining us. I'm Meredith Barrick.
And I'm Lauren Casey. We have Alyssa Donovan standing by with us here today to talk about our Friday forecast. What can we expect out there?
So we are going to see a bit of a change today. Yesterday we had those rain showers, those warmer temperatures. Today it's going to feel a little cooler outside. We already have that cool air starting to move into those northwest counties. You can see Lafayette at 42 right now, Crawfordsville at 41, still 45 in Indianapolis, but we are kind of on the edge of that cooler air filtering in, 51 in Connersville. So we are going to drop yet a couple degrees this morning, should be into the upper 30s in the next couple hours here before we start our daytime climb. What's going on right now is we had that front move through yesterday. That also brought us those storms across some southern locations, and now we have high pressure building in right now. That's going to clear out some of our cloud coverage throughout the day, and then we are going to see those winds shift and become northwesterly throughout the day, bringing us in a little bit of a breeze that's going to make it feel even chillier outside. So what's going on? We start with a little bit of cloud coverage, and then we will see some sunshine this afternoon. So that's the good news. Those winds are a little bit breezy this morning, and we're going to continue to see some breezy conditions throughout the day. But the good news is we are going to see that sunshine. Temperatures today into the upper 40s, low 50s at some locations. And then we do have some rain, snow chances as we head into the weekend. I'll have those details in just a few minutes.
All right, Alyssa, thanks so much. We are keeping a close eye on traffic this morning. Here's a live look over on the west side, I-70 here a little west of Lyndhurst Drive. You can see our camera there is bouncing around a little bit. It is breezy out this morning. You'll notice that when you're driving. So use caution, especially if you're a high-profile vehicle. But overall, everything's traveling up to speed here this morning. So let's take a look on the north side, I-465 over the White River. Traffic here is moving along up to speed. We do have a stalled vehicle here. You can see it's on the right shoulder. Traffic is traveling smoothly. No major issues to slow you down. Well, changes are being made across the state this morning to combat the coronavirus.
Indiana officials issuing new precautions for public events and schools as the number of cases in the state rises to 13. Today, all 11 public school districts in Marion County are closed. Mayor Joe Hogsett made the announcement directing all county schools, including charter schools, to be off through April 5th. Hogsett says these drastic steps are necessary to prevent the spread of COVID-19, and he called on the community to be supportive.
The closure of a school does not simply mean lost class time. For many of our students, it has the potential to mean lost meals. That's why, working with Dr. Alicia Johnson and all of our other superintendents, I am pledging the full support of the city-county government toward ensuring that meals continue to be available throughout this school closure period.
Indianapolis Public Schools have 7 locations ready today to provide meals during the closure. Prepackaged meals will be distributed from the parking lots between 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. Service is open to all students 18 years old and younger, including non-IPS students. Other districts are working to offer meals as well.
Many other districts in central Indiana have also announced they are closed today. That includes Hamilton Southeastern and Carmel Clay. For a full list of school closings and specific details on how those districts are handling their shutdowns, go to our website, theindychannel.com.
At 4:34, thousands of parents are now facing 3 weeks without their kids going to school, and that means figuring out childcare and other arrangements. We talked to one parent who's trying to manage this situation with 5 kids. Walter Costin says they range in age from elementary to high school, and they're going to all be home through April 5th. He says it's a tough situation for many families, but he understands why schools are taking such precautions.
Nobody's sick right now, but what happens when your kid is sick? Now you have to stay at home. Now you have to go to the hospital, so better be safe than sorry, right?
Well, to help districts with the closures, Governor Eric Holcomb announced he's issuing a 20-day waiver to cut down on the amount of required instruction days for the school year.
Holcomb also said that non-essential gatherings statewide must be limited to no more than 250 people. Local entertainment, fundraising, worship, and countless other events have been canceled. A quick look at just a handful of those cancellations. All St. Patrick's Day events in downtown Indianapolis canceled. All Indianapolis Symphony Orchestra concerts canceled until March 31st. The Traders Point Christian Church weekend experience will be online only. More sports leagues also taking action against the spread of COVID-19.
Yeah, the NCAA tournament is now canceled and more professional seasons are being postponed. Major conference tournaments, including the Big Ten tournament here in Indianapolis, was called off yesterday afternoon. In addition to March Madness, the NCAA also canceled all 29 championships for winter and spring sports. The Big Ten is among several leagues ending sports completely through the end of the academic year.
Most of the pro sports leagues have also suspended play as a precaution against COVID-19. The PGA is the latest to announce they are shutting down golf competitions for a month. Major League Baseball, the NHL, and MLS also suspending their seasons. The Indianapolis Indians season opener has been delayed indefinitely. The Indy Fuel and Indy 11 are making adjustments to their schedules as well.
From the stages of Broadway to the happiest place on earth, many major national attractions are also temporarily shutting down. Broadway shows in New York have suspended all performances. They're scheduled to be back the week of April 13th. Disneyland out in Southern California and Disney World in Florida are expected to be closed through the end of the month at least. Universal is also closing its theme parks in Orlando. Disney plans to keep its hotels, restaurants, and shops open for now.
House Democrats in the Trump administration are closing in on a deal to fight the crippling effects of coronavirus. On the table, paid sick leave and other financial assistance for struggling families. ABC's Andrew Dimbert is in Washington with more on the measures being proposed.
Lawmakers on Capitol Hill preparing proposals on the pandemic. After late-night discussions between Democrats and Republicans for coronavirus relief, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi says a deal is close to being done. Some relief packages being discussed include paid sick leave, food assistance, and free COVID-19 testing. But there's still confusion, contention, and conflicting statements surrounding test availability in the U.S. The president insisting everything is going according to plan.
Frankly, the testing has been going very smooth.
While top health officials strongly disagree with that assessment.
The system is not really geared to what we need right now, what you are asking for. That is a failing.
And failing, yes.
It is a failing. I mean, let's admit it.
The president himself has not been tested despite interacting with a Brazilian government official at Mar-a-Lago who later came up positive for coronavirus. Other key leaders around the world coming close to COVID-19. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's wife has now tested positive. Here at home, lawmakers demand all Americans have access to free tests.
Do not let a lack of insurance worsen this crisis.
And overseas, the new European travel ban that goes into effect tonight, creating chaos at airports around the world as Americans try to get home.
We're trying to get back home to San Diego. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
We were not sure if we would be able to get back in. I spent $3,000 for another flight.
And if Democrats and Republicans agree on a bill, which they fully are expected to, the money would come from that $8.3 billion emergency spending package that the president signed into law last week. Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, Washington.
It is 4:38. The coronavirus is also causing changes in the race for the White House. Sunday's Democratic debate between former Vice President Joe Biden and Senator Bernie Sanders is being moved from Arizona to Washington, D.C. The Democratic National Committee says the change will reduce the candidates' cross-country travel. There will also not be a live audience. Additionally, one of the debate's moderators, Univision's Jorge Ramos, has stepped down from his role after possibly being exposed to the virus. The debate will take place on CNN from 8 to 10 on Sunday.
The wife of Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has tested positive for coronavirus. Trudeau's office says Sophie Trudeau is feeling well and will remain in isolation. Right now, the Prime Minister is not showing any symptoms and will not be tested for the virus. His office says he will also be in isolation for 14 days, but is still assuming his full duties.
RTV6's efforts to help prepare and educate you about the COVID-19 outbreak will continue with a special report tonight. Watch Coronavirus, the Facts at 7 p.m. only here on RTV6. And for everything you need to know about the pandemic, including the latest confirmed cases in Indiana, testing, school closures, and much more, you can just go to the indychannel.com/coronavirus.
One person is dead after a shooting east of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Coming up, the latest on that investigation.
And an Indiana hospital is helping NICU babies through breeding. Still ahead, why they say their new program is improving babies' development. Alyssa.
And we're going to see a nice dry day today. A little breezy, though, and a little cooler. Coming up, I'll have your weekend forecast. There's rain and snow possible. Those details next.
Hoosiers only on RTV6.
Welcome back. The time right now is 4:43 here on your Friday. Here's a live look at traffic. This is over on the west side, I-465 near Crawfordsville Road. Traffic in this side of town is pretty quiet this morning. We'll continue to monitor your commute and keep you updated on any delays.
We're working to learn more about a shooting that left one person dead on Indy's west side last night. Metro Police were called to the scene at North Exeter Avenue around 8:20 p.m. That's just near the east of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Officials say they found the victim dead at the scene. Not much information information has been released at this time, but we do know police have not made an arrest.
A federal judge has ordered Chelsea Manning to be released from jail. It comes after the former legal Army intelligence analyst attempted suicide in jail on Wednesday and was taken to the hospital for recovery. Manning has been behind bars since May for refusing to testify to a grand jury about sharing military secrets with WikiLeaks in 2010. The judge says that grand jury no longer needs her information and therefore can be released. A date for that has not yet been set.
Lawmakers in Washington are proposing a ban on the popular app TikTok. 2 Republican senators introduced a bill Thursday to ban federal employees from having the app on their work phones. They say there are concerns that the Chinese could use the app to spy. This proposal would add the policy to existing government device restrictions.
Parts of Egypt are facing a, quote, unprecedented crisis as that country deals with heavy rains. Citizens are being asked not to leave their homes unless it's absolutely necessary. The streets of the capital city of Cairo are already flooded, and the rain isn't expected to stop until Saturday. With the next storm system, Egypt is expected to get another couple inches of rainfall. The country's meteorological office says that they have not seen weather like this since 1994. Back here at home, we want to get a check of our forecast. Alyssa Donovan is standing by.
And we are starting out not too bad this morning. We're actually going to see those temperatures dropping off throughout the morning. Temperatures starting in the low 40s will drop into the upper 30s by mid-morning. So that's really where we're starting our day, starting with some cloud coverage as well. And that is all going to move out quickly. So we had that front that moved through yesterday, that cold front, that's starting to push across the area, bringing us some cooler air today. High pressure is building in as well. As it does, we're going to see a lot of that cloud coverage clear out. So any areas that have cloud coverage this morning, that's not going to last too long. We're going to see some sunshine as we head into the afternoon as that high pressure becomes the center of the control of our forecast. So that's what we're looking at for our cloud coverage. And then we also have those winds starting to shift. So we're starting this morning with those winds out of the northwest. Those are going to continue to pick up a little bit this morning. And then by the afternoon, we're going to see those gusts close to 20 to 25 miles per hour. So it's going to feel a little bit cooler today, just with those northwesterly winds helping usher in that northerly cooler air. As we head into tomorrow morning, we're going to continue to see those cooler conditions just with those winds and that high pressure and dry air in the forecast. So our weekend is starting a little cool on Saturday. High pressure stays in control for the first part of the day. Those temperatures starting in the low 30s tomorrow morning. And then as we head through the day on Saturday, we have a low pressure system coming in. That's going to bring us the potential of some rain and possibly some snow mixed in there as well. So don't be surprised if you look outside and see that rain and then also some snow flurries mixed in there. Highs on Saturday only into the low 40s, and a lot of that activity going to happen in the latter half of the day, so Saturday afternoon. So if you have any plans this weekend, that is the day that I would do something indoors and save the outdoor activities for Sunday. Sunday we'll start to see high pressure build back in, temperatures into the mid 40s, so we're starting a little bit of a climb on Sunday. Mostly sunny skies. So Saturday is really the day that we're just going to see a little bit of hiccup with our activity. Temperatures today starting in the 30s. That cloud coverage is going to stick with us for the first part of the day, staying just a little bit above average with those temperatures. We're pretty close to average though, with our highs into the low and upper 40s. Mostly sunny skies by the afternoon, 49 degrees for the high. So looking at the rest of the week, we have that rain snow mix coming on Saturday, temperatures dropping into the 40s, and then mostly sunny on Sunday. So we have a split weekend, and then we are going to continue to build those temperatures back up. 65 on Thursday, but you can see Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, small chance of showers each day.
All right, Alyssa, thanks so much. Here's a live look at traffic. This is to the northeast, I-465 and I-69. You can see traffic there is pretty quiet this morning. Let's take a look at our drive times in that area, heading southbound through Hamilton County, starting at State Road 37, heading to the I-465 ramps. It's a quick 5-minute commute, no issues to slow you down. So let's take a look over on the east side right now. This is I-70 here in Sherman Drive. You can see traffic moving eastbound and westbound is traveling up to speed. We'll continue to keep you updated if there are any issues for your morning commute.
Reading to children can have a huge impact on their development, and experts say that's especially true for babies in neonatal intensive care units. That's why Northern Indiana Hospital has launched a reading library for NICU families. Doctors say premature infants are at an especially high risk of language delays, and reading is one of the ways, especially reading by parents, that can help improve their outcomes. St. Joseph Medical Center in Mishawaka has a NICU library for parents. Officials say it helps moms and dads bond with their babies.
NICU can be a really stressful place for parents and for babies, and we get that. It's hard. You're here because your baby's sick, and so we want to make this the most positive experience that it can be.
Officials say people in the community have helped the program by donating books.
Queen Elizabeth is reaching a historic milestone in her reign. She's now the 4th longest reigning monarch ever. This week, the 93-year-old surpassed the Mayan ruler Pakal the Great by reaching 68 years and 34 days as the British Queen. King Louis XIV of France still has the top honors. He served for 72 years and 110 days. That's followed by Thailand's kings, and both more than 70 years. Queen Elizabeth became the longest ruling monarch in the UK history in 2015 when she surpassed her great-great-grandmother, Queen Victoria.
All right, here's a good surprise. Move over Chick-fil-A, Popeyes, and Wendy's. 7-Eleven says it's joining the chicken wars. The convenience store chain announced it opened a chicken and biscuit restaurant in New York this week. Named Raise the Roost, the in-store restaurant includes chicken sandwiches and wings on its menu. It also offers signature sauces and breakfast sandwiches. The restaurant is part of 7-Eleven's Evolution stores, which offer different specialty products. They did not say if any more will include Raise the Roost. I think they just need a store full of Slurpees.
Yes.
As we head into summertime.
Oh, yeah. Not another chicken war, right? Firefighters in Florida made a special rescue to help out a little boy after the break. Their heartwarming mission to save his little teddy bear.
And health officials say the symptoms of the coronavirus are similar to the flu. New at 5, what doctors do to decide who gets tested for COVID-19. But first,
I'm Vinny Politan. Coming up today on Court TV, our continuing coverage of the dating app murder trial. Andre Warner on trial for his life. It's a death penalty case. Prosecutors say he was the trigger man in a murder robbery. The victim in the case, Adam Hilaire, a young single father. Our live coverage continues today from Polk County, Florida, live right here on Court TV.
And don't forget, you can watch Court TV live right on your mobile device by visiting CourtTV.com. It's 4:51. We'll be right back.
To ChoiceHotels.com.
It is 4:55 on your Friday. Welcome back to Good Morning Indiana. Here's a live look as you're approaching downtown. I-65 here, a view from West Street and MLK. You can see traffic there is moving along just fine. No issues getting to work this morning.
Firefighters in Florida pulled out all the stops to rescue a little boy's teddy bear. The bear named Rockstar Freddy had been thrown onto the roof of a school. Its owner, a kindergartner named Ashton, was reportedly losing sleep over it, so the school brought in the Cape Coral police and fire officials to retrieve it. Responders used their ladders to get the beloved bear and returned it to Ashton, who gave it a hug. The firefighters received a grateful high five.
Oh, great story there.
How did it get? It got thrown up there in the first place?
Yeah, I don't know how that happened, but
I don't know. I've got a lot of questions about that. All right, here at 4:56, Alyssa Donovan joining us. A windy morning out there.
Yeah. So we are seeing quite a breeze outside, and it's a northwesterly breeze, so it's going to feel a little chillier as we head through the morning. Temperatures today about 10 degrees cooler than we were yesterday for our daytime highs. The good news is some sunshine in the forecast for your Friday. But by Saturday, a rain-snow chance in the forecast, especially in the afternoon and evening. Temperature highs tomorrow only into the low 40s, and we're starting in the 30s tomorrow morning. So it's going to be a cooler day with that rain and snow in the forecast as well. Mostly sunny on Sunday, and then we're going to continue with that sunshine on Monday before we see another chance of showers nearly every day, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Highs back into the 60s, though.